Welcome to Nico's Place. It's been a while. I'll introduce two more characters to my Chimera Academy series. First, we have Torin Mason. He's half werewolf, half volcano dragon. And I'll explain the types of dragons I have in my series later on. But these two characters will both be connected to each other and childhood friends in this college setting I have. I made him half wolf beast or wolfkin, whatever you want to call it, but a wolf demi-human and a volcano dragon. In the summary I wrote down, I said he's protective and loyal because of his parents and still has pack mentality. So, when they all start in this school, he finds the main character and they bond and become part of the pack. I made he's obviously gonna be observant and use his senses. And for magic abilities, for now, he'll have some type of magma breath and stone bullets, or basically just earth magic and magma magic. I don't want him to have straight up fire magic because it's too boring. And I think it's more interesting if he has a limitation and it has to be magma versus fire. Now let's move on to his friend, which I will be drawing next in a few minutes, but I want to introduce them both before I introduce what kind of dragons I like to add. His friend is named Ira Linnet because I thought it sounded cool, like literally cold. She's basically, I call her a winter dragon based on D&D logic, would be silver and white dragon. And I gave her sonic abilities that can freeze, whether it's from songs or just screaming. And she uses wind to fly because her wings are delicate and thin. At least that's what I want to depict. And is Torin's childhood friend because they Torin saved her from some bullies back when she was a kid. He specifically saved her from another character I'll introduce later. That's part Red Dragon and Black Dragon. And saves her from that. And now I'm gonna go on and explain what I mean. Now, for the renamed dragons and new dragons. For Torin, the half he is Volcano Dragon, they have they manipulate both stone and magma and usually live around volcanoes or underneath magma tubes and stuff. And since we're on Eira right now. Let's go to both dragons she is inspired by. It's from Dungeons and Dragons, but I changed it a little because just colors felt weird. But for silver dragons, I changed it them to gale dragons who use wind and usually have the biggest wingspans. And instead of cold, it's just wind in general. If you want cold, that's the white dragons, which I renamed to glacier dragons that manipulate ice and snow and coldness, basically, and live in icy areas. Oh, forgot to mention the gale dragons would live in like mountains and stuff because in those areas that has the most wind. Now to move on my original order, since we went over Torin's and Eira's heritage, the black dragon, which is what Valerie is, kinda, since she's kind of different from your classic black dragon. But I renamed the black dragon to be the toxic dragon we use, who normally use poison, acid, and decay, and that sort of thing. Basically, all types of poison and toxins. And then moving on, there's the red dragons, which are just fire dragons, basically, your classic dragons. But I renamed them to Inferno dragons and made them the best fire users. And I changed the usual blue dragons to be thunder dragons. And if it's not obvious, use lightning magic. And probably be the most likely to use sonic breath, which would be like thunderclap and stuff like that you see in like Baldur's Gate. And then moving on, there's the gold dragon. I renamed to soul dragons, like in the Dragon Prince. And they use the ones I made, use sun based magic, which is like fire, but less intense than the Inferno dragons, and also use a type of light magic. And they're usually well renowned and respected the most. Next, I wanted to make the opposite of the soul dragon. So this is kind of original. Lunar dragons, even though they're based on the moon, I involve like gravity and water manipulation, but they can't create water out of thin air. There has to be water already present for them to use it. Next, we have the green dragon, which will be changed to viper dragon. They're forest dwelling. They normally use nature and toxic magic. And if it wasn't obvious, they camouflage in the forests because of their hue. And then next, I just had basic earth dragons. I didn't have a particular color in mind, but I have them be wingless and just burrow a lot in places. And they can use earth and stone, obviously. And I made it so they potentially can use crystal as well. And then, last but not least, we have Leviathans, which are basically sea dragons and use water magic and always have fins, which is why the other character from before is interesting to me. And you'll see me here editing this last bit here, Eira. And Eira is going to be basically a side character at first, but she'll eventually be more important to the story I want to create. And that's that. Enjoy the rest of the art. Thanks for coming. Like, subscribe, do all that jazz. And next time I plan on doing fan art of something. So it'll be a while before I continue Chimera Academy. Thank you.